Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of United Kingdom 2p coins, and not just any coins, but the top 5 most valuable UK 2p coins that collectors are hunting for today. These coins might look ordinary, but some rare years, minting errors, and even small design variations can make them worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their condition and rarity. Let's get started. First up, the 1985 United Kingdom 2p. While it may seem like an ordinary coin from your pocket change, there's more to this small copper piece than meets the eye. Whether you found one in an old jar or inherited a handful of British coins, understanding the true history, rarity, and potential auction value of the 1985 2p is essential. So, stay tuned as we explore its story, collector demand, and the surprising market value this humble coin can hold even in circulated, fine condition. The United Kingdom's 2p coin was first introduced in 1971 as part of Britain's decimalisation process, the transition from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to the modern decimal currency. The 1985 issue belongs to the second decade of this new coinage system. At the time, the coin featured the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, a design used from 1968 until 1984. However, the 1985 issue introduced a significant change: the new portrait of the Queen by Raphael Maklouf, which gave a more mature and regal appearance. Representation of British coinage, symbolizing continuity and stability during the late 20th century. The coin itself was struck in bronze, with a diameter of 25.9 mm and a weight of 7.12 grams. Though it circulated widely, the 1985 issue was not produced in large numbers compared to some earlier years, making it somewhat harder to find in nice condition today. The obverse side of the 1985 2p features Queen Elizabeth II facing right, wearing the George IV state diadem, the crown she typically wore for state openings of Parliament. The inscription reads Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1985, which stands for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse side, you'll find the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, along with the motto ICHDN, meaning I serve. The design by Christopher Ironside remained unchanged from the earlier issues, maintaining the symbolic identity of the denomination. Another notable feature is the coin's bronze composition, which gives it a warm, reddish-brown color. However, over time and through circulation, most examples have darkened or developed patina, especially in coins found in fine or lower condition. Although the 1985 2p is not considered extremely rare, its appeal lies in its historical context and transitional features. Coins from this year mark the beginning of the Maklouf portrait era, making them collectible for those who seek examples from each design period of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. In circulated fine condition, meaning the coin shows visible wear but retains most details. It's still relatively common in the UK. However, finding a well-preserved coin from 1985 can be challenging because most were used in everyday transactions for decades. Collectors often prefer uncirculated or proof examples, but even circulated pieces can have sentimental and historical value. Interestingly, some 1985 2p coins can fetch attention if they exhibit minting errors such as misstrikes, die cracks, or wrong planchet errors. Those are considerably rarer and can sell for much higher prices, even in less than perfect condition. While a typical circulated coin won't make you rich, collectors do pay for coins that complete their year sets, especially those showing honest circulation rather than damage. Now, let's talk about the market value. A standard 1985 2p coin in fine circulated condition is generally worth between $534,000, depending on overall eye appeal, toning, and level of wear. Coins in very fine or extremely fine condition can reach around $413,000. However, if you manage to find a coin in uncirculated or proof condition, especially those packaged in official royal mint sets, the value can jump significantly, often reaching $221,000 or more in collector markets. Auction sales for high-grade or error coins have occasionally surpassed $321,000, but those cases are quite rare. Still, with the growing global interest in vintage British coins, even small denominations like the 2p are being noticed by collectors worldwide, particularly in the US and Australia. If you're planning to collect or sell 1985 2p coins, here are a few helpful tips. Always inspect your coin under good lighting. Errors such as off-center strikes or doubled lettering can increase the coin's value dramatically. Even though it's a common coin, Avoid cleaning or polishing it, this can lower its collectible value. Store your coin in a protective holder or album to prevent further wear or corrosion. Check recent online auctions or collector marketplaces to get a realistic sense of current demand and pricing. Many collectors enjoy building full-year sets of 2 pence coins from 1971 onward, including key design changes like the 1985 McLouth portrait transition. In conclusion, the 1985 United Kingdom 2 pence coin might seem ordinary at first glance, but it carries fascinating history and collectible charm. While it's not a rare treasure in circulated fine condition, its role in the timeline of British coinage makes it a desirable piece for collectors who appreciate every era of the Queen's long reign. Whether worth a few cents or a few dollars, it's a symbol of the everyday economy and the craftsmanship of British minting. Next up, the United Kingdom 2 pence coin from 1987, found in fine circulated condition. While it might appear as an ordinary coin at first glance, its history, features, and collector interest make it worth a closer look. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin holds a small but significant place in the story of modern British currency. Let's uncover its origins, what makes it special, and its potential value in today's collector market, especially in US dollars. The United Kingdom 2 pence coin was first introduced in 1971, following the decimalisation of British currency. This change shifted the UK from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to the simpler 100 pence per pound model. The 2p coin was designed to be a low-value denomination, yet it carried a lot of national symbolism. By 1987, the coin was part of the third decade of the decimal era, and production was steady under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. The 1987 issue features the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, which had been used on UK coins since 1968. This portrait shows the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a design that many collectors appreciate for its elegant and regal detail. In 1987, the Royal Mint produced millions of these coins for circulation, but not all of them have survived in good condition today, especially considering the changes in minting technology and the coin's 30-plus years of circulation. The 1987 2 pence coin is made from bronze, composed of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. It weighs 7.12 grams and measures 25.9 millimeters in diameter. The obverse of the coin bears the Queen's portrait, with the inscription Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1987 inch, which stands for Dei Gratia Regina Fide Defensa, or By the Grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse, we see the famous badge of the Prince of Wales, which includes 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, along with a ribbon bearing the German motto Ich din, meaning I serve. The words New Pence had been removed in 1982, and by 1987 the inscription simply read 2 pence. This subtle change marks an important distinction between early decimal coins and later ones, making post-1982 issues, including the 1987 version, part of the modernized series. Now, you might wonder, is the 1987 2 pence coin rare? In truth, this coin isn't considered rare in a general sense because millions were minted for everyday use. However, the condition plays a huge role in determining its desirability. Coins that have been well preserved or found in fine or uncirculated condition can attract collectors who are interested in completing a full date set of UK decimal coins. Interestingly, even coins in damaged or heavily circulated condition can hold value to certain niche collectors, especially if they exhibit minting errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, or planchette flaws. For example, a misstruck 1987 2 pence coin once sold for over at an online auction because of its unique error. While standard fine condition examples might not command huge prices, they are still traded frequently among hobbyists and online coin communities for modest sums. As of 2025, the 1987 2 pence coin in fine circulated condition generally sells for $423,000. In very fine or extremely fine condition, it may fetch around $316,000, especially if sold as part of a bulk or date collection. However, coins in brilliant uncirculated or proof-like condition, typically from mint sets, can reach values of $114,000 or more, depending on the buyer and the coin's shine and preservation. In recent years, online marketplaces such as eBay and dedicated numismatic auction sites have seen renewed interest in these coins due to nostalgia and the growing number of collectors focusing on pre-2008 UK coinage. Remember, The true value often depends on demand, presentation, and rarity of condition, not just age. If you're interested in collecting the 1987 2p coin, here are a few helpful tips. First, always check the condition. Look for clear details on the Queen's portrait and the Prince of Wales feathers. Avoid coins with deep scratches or corrosion if you want to maintain long-term value. Second, consider storing coins properly in acid-free holders or albums to prevent oxidation and discoloration. Another valuable tip is to look out for errors or unusual colorations. Coins that appear off-colored due to metal composition variations or misstrikes can be worth several times more than face value. Finally, keep an eye on online auction results and collector forums to stay updated on price trends, as demand for vintage UK decimal coins has been steadily rising in recent years. In conclusion, while the 1987 United Kingdom 2p coin might not be a rare treasure in the world of numismatics, it remains a beloved piece of British coinage history. Its elegant design, copper composition, and connection to the early years of decimal currency make it a timeless collectible. Whether you find one in your change or purchase it from a dealer, this coin represents an important chapter in the evolution of modern British money. Next up, the United Kingdom 2p coin from 1996, a coin that might seem ordinary or even worthless at first glance, especially when it's in dirty or heavily circulated condition. But don't be too quick to dismiss it. Even coins that appear dull or grimy can have hidden historical value and collector interest behind them. We'll explore its background, unique features, rarity, and what these 1996 2p coins can be worth in the current auction market, especially in their dirty or damaged state. The 2p coin was first introduced in 1971 as part of the decimalisation of the British currency system, when the United Kingdom transitioned from pounds, shillings, and pence to a simpler, base 100 system. The 1996 issue continued the long-standing design tradition, featuring Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. By this time, the coin had already been in circulation for over 2 decades and was a familiar sight in the UK. In 1996, millions were minted by the Royal Mint using bronze alloy, though by 1992 the metal composition had changed from bronze to copper-plated steel. The 2p was intended for everyday use, but with the passage of time, many of these coins developed dirt, wear, and corrosion, turning once bright coins into dull brown pieces of history. The 1996 UK 2p coin carries several distinct characteristics. The obverse side features the fourth portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklouf, showing the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem. Surrounding her portrait are the words Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1996, which stands for Dei Gratia Regina Fide Defensor, meaning by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse, you'll see the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers within a coronet, accompanied by a ribbon with the motto Ich Dien, meaning I serve. The denomination 2p appears prominently below the design. Even in dirty or discolored condition, these design details remain the main identifiers for collectors and coin graders. Now, let's talk about rarity and demand. The 1996 2p is not among the rarest coins produced by the Royal Mint, as millions were struck that year. However, its collector interest comes from specific errors or variations, for example, misstrikes, double die errors, or coins struck on the wrong planchet. In circulated or dirty condition, a regular 1996 2p may not command a high premium, but unusual examples still attract attention in the numismatic market. Some collectors enjoy finding coins in as-found condition, valuing the natural patina and aging as part of the coin story. Furthermore, in bulk or as part of full-date collections, even a dirty 1996 piece can play an important role in completing a set of decimal coins spanning multiple decades. In terms of current market value, a standard 1996 2p coin in dirty or heavily circulated condition generally sells for around $434,000, mostly for bulk collectors or educational purposes. However, if your coin shows any minting error or unique striking flaw, it could fetch a higher price, anywhere between $323,000, depending on rarity and collector interest. Extremely rare examples that are verified by professional grading services and feature genuine minting errors have even appeared in online auctions, reaching over $114,000. So, it's always worth inspecting your coins carefully before cleaning or discarding them. If you happen to find a 1996 2p in dirty or tarnished condition, avoid aggressive cleaning methods. Cleaning can damage the coin's surface and significantly reduce its value. Instead, gently rinse with warm soapy water if necessary and pat dry with a soft cloth, but never polish or scrub it. Keep an eye out for misaligned strikes, double edges, or design distortions, as these can indicate rare mint errors. Also, store your coins in dry, protective holders to prevent further oxidation. For those building a full decimal coin collection, aim to include both bronze and copper-plated steel examples from various years to appreciate the evolution of British coinage. In conclusion, the 1996 United Kingdom 2 pence coin may not seem extraordinary at first, especially when it's dirty or worn, but every coin tells a part of Britain's numismatic story. Its humble design, durable history, and occasional minting quirks make it a fascinating piece to own. While its standard value may be modest, collectors know that rarity and condition can turn even the simplest coin into a small treasure. So next time you come across a dirty 2 pence from 1996, think twice before tossing it aside. It might just be worth more than you think. Next up, the 1997 United Kingdom 2 pence coin, specifically in very bad or damaged condition. While most people might overlook this small copper coin, it still holds a fascinating place in British coinage history. In this video, we'll explore its background, unique features, rarity, and the truth about how much a 1997 2 pence coin in rough shape could really fetch in the auction market in dollars. So, stay tuned till the end if you want to know whether that old, dirty coin in your pocket could be worth more than just 2 pence. The 2 pence coin was first introduced in 1971, when the United Kingdom transitioned to decimal currency. The 1997 issue belongs to the Queen Elizabeth II series, featuring her fourth portrait designed by Raphael Makhlouf. During this period, the Royal Mint was producing millions of 2 pence coins for circulation, primarily made from bronze, a metal mixture of copper, tin, and zinc. However, in 1992, the composition changed from bronze to copper-plated steel, which continued through the 1997 issue. That means your 1997 2 pence coin will be magnetic, a quick way to identify its post-1992 metal type. Although the 1997 mintage wasn't particularly low, these coins still carry collectible appeal for those building complete sets of UK decimal coinage, especially if they feature unique errors, minting marks, or unusual toning caused by years of wear and environmental exposure. The obverse side of the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, with the inscription Elizabeth. 2 DG Reg. FD 1997 inch, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The reverse side shows the iconic badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers within a coronet accompanied by the motto ICHDN, meaning I serve. The denomination 2 pence is clearly inscribed beneath it. The coin measures 25.9 mm in diameter and weighs 7.12 grams. When new, its surface carries a bright copper sheen, but over time, especially in bad condition, you may notice green oxidation, scratches, or even pitting from moisture and corrosion. Each imperfection tells a story of its long journey through British circulation. Now, let's talk about rarity, the key factor most collectors care about. The 1997 2 pence coin is not considered rare in general. The Royal Mint produced over hundreds of millions of them for everyday use. Because of that, finding one in circulation, even today, isn't difficult. However, condition plays a big role in collectible value. A very bad or damaged coin, for example, one that's heavily scratched, corroded, or discolored, holds little to no numismatic premium. Collectors typically seek coins in fine, very fine, or uncirculated condition. That said, some collectors enjoy obtaining extremely worn examples as part of a used and aged set or for their sentimental or historic appeal. If your coin happens to have a minting error, such as a misstrike, off-center print, or die crack, it could still attract attention, even if the coin is worn. In the auction market, a regular 1997 2 pence coin in very bad condition usually sells for its face value or slightly above, depending on collector interest. That means its value is typically around $634,000. Online auction sites like eBay or coin marketplaces occasionally list these coins, but only exceptional examples with unique errors or unusual toning may reach $531,000. For comparison, a 1997 2 pence coin in brilliant uncirculated condition or in a mint set could sell for $321,000. But unfortunately, a heavily damaged or corroded coin doesn't generally carry any extra value beyond curiosity or nostalgia. If you're holding a 1997 2p coin in poor condition, here's what you can do. First, never clean the coin with chemicals or abrasive materials. This can lower its appeal even further. Instead, keep it dry and store it properly if you want to preserve it as part of a historical set. Second, always check for mint errors. These can sometimes turn a common coin into a collectible gem. Third, use a magnet test to confirm the metal composition. A magnetic coin indicates post-1992 copper-plated steel, while a non-magnetic one might be a rare composition error. Lastly, browse online auction sites or collector forums to compare similar coins and get a realistic idea of value before listing or trading yours. So, is the 1997 United Kingdom 2p coin in very bad condition worth a fortune? Unfortunately, not really. Its value mostly remains sentimental or educational rather than financial. However, every coin tells a story, and the 1997 2p is part of Britain's rich numismatic heritage. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned collector, understanding these small details helps you appreciate the art and history behind every coin. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into UK coinage, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos about rare and interesting coins from around the world. See you in the next one.